Hello, this is KL Tech Nerd, and today we will be building a wheat farm. And the supplies that we're going to need, first of all, is going to, of course, be a hoe. It can be a wooden hoe, a stone hoe, an iron hoe, golden, or diamond. I'm going to use diamond because diamond. Also, you're going to need some blocks, preferably some slabs. And then let's get a water bucket and some seeds. And for all the fancy stuff, some redstone, some repeaters, and a torch, and a switch. And so let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is decide how big it's going to be. One of my viewers on my other streams had asked about how to build a wheat farm. And this is going to be more of an automated one, so it's not going to be necessarily a farm that's like just your average one. This is for more of an advanced player if you want to set up a huge, gigantic city, or if you just want bragging rights. This is the kind of farm that you would want to build. So first thing we're going to do is set up the field. And what you want to do is get the ground to start turning this brown color, because that means that it is indeed wet. And that's kind of what we want, so that's all good. And I'm going to let it do this for right now, but other than that, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ought to do it. If you notice how this field right here is turning to this light brown color, that's because water is not reaching out to this point. That's fine. What ends up happening is that what we can do is do the same thing on this side that we already did on that side, where we put another water channel. And what ends up happening is this just gives it more. This makes it so this side of the wheat field can become hydrated. So now we can complete all of this. And yes, this is the same exact kind of wheat field that I have built already for my wheat farm. I thought I would do just an individual thing of one field in showing how to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to build this. And okay, so essentially, if you wanted to just start growing wheat, this is fine. This would grow the wheat, you would get lots of wheat and everything. However, if you want to make it a little more advanced, make it so you don't spend all your time collecting the wheat, because it does get annoying, especially if you want to build a bunch of these together. What you can do is put in some redstone, and the whole thing gets about 1,200 times easier to collect, especially if you have a lot of wheat fields. Because if you're like me, you can never have enough cookies, you can never have enough bread, things like that. And it just seems so much kinder, too, though, than finding a cow and then killing it so you can get the items that it drops. The first thing that we're going to need is and I don't have it in my bar right now, bummer on my part, is to get a piston. And I guess I'll put it right there for right now. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting a piston right here. And what these are going to do is these are going to act to keep the water away from the wheat fields. Because what we're going to do is we're going to use water to collect the wheat. So we're going to want to put this stuff down. Okay, cool. And now what we're going to want to do is put a stone brick right here. And what this is going to do is this is going to protect the pistons in a way, because what we're going to be doing is putting the water right here. And then the pistons are going to keep the water away from the fields. And you can't have the water sitting up here unless it's sitting on something. So what we're going to do to fix that is put the repeaters all along this wall. And we shouldn't need to adjust the speed of it. So, and then what we're going to do, of course, is put redstone right here. And have it go this way. So now, when we take our switch and flip it this way, all the pistons should go up. That is great. That is what we want. That is awesome. That is perfect. So now let's take our stone slabs, put them above the repeaters. And what this does is this gives us a nice little place to put all of the water. So we can put all of this in here. And now the water is being kept away from that. So now what we need to do is go and then take the half slabs and put them right here. And there's a very, very specific reason. You can use regular stone or you can use half slabs. I personally prefer to do half slabs for the simple reason of you can chain the things together easier, and then you don't have to worry about destroying the spots, because if you do this, see, I just destroyed it. And if you have a bunch of these things hooked all together, then it's really no fun if you're always continuously... Oops, sorry, my phone's ringing. Bye. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so whoa, if you use complete stone slabs, then there's a higher chance that you're gonna... Excuse me, somebody's calling me. Hello everybody, I'm back. Sorry about that. Anyway, where was I? Could you please leave? You just ruined my field too. Please leave. Please leave. Go, 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 go. Bacon. Okay. Anyways, so what we have here is the basic field. If we start planting stuff right here, it'll start growing. There's really no problem with that. However, what we really need to start doing to make it just awesome and to kind of make it easier to collect, because especially if you go and daisy chain a bunch of these things together, it's going to be really hard to collect them one at a time. So, excuse me. Please move. Bacon. Get out of here. No. There we go. Thank you. Anywho. So, to make it easier, what ends up happening is that we're going to go over here into the redstone and get hoppers and put them right here. And what we're going to end up doing is using these hoppers to collect the item, to collect the wheat right away. So, like, let's say that this is my hoppers. I'm going to go one down, and the reason why is because we don't want for the water that's being used in the channels to interfere with the, well, that's just plain weird. We don't want the water that's in these channels to interfere with the hoppers in their operation. So what we're going to end up doing is putting the hoppers one down, and that I just do that so then that way it goes underneath it and I don't have to worry about that stuff. Next, we're basically pretty much done. I mean, the we have the water in place to go and collect the items. I'm gonna quickly kind of just go here, and I might bone meal a couple things so you can see how it works. But yeah, that's pretty much done. And the only other thing that you might want to do is put a chest at that end so it can collect the items. And I might... I don't know. I was thinking about putting more than one of these things together so you guys can see how it looks. But essentially what ends up happening is that we're going to go over here, go to bone meal. Okay, that's light gray dye. Bone meal, yay. Okay, and then if we put like bone meal on this stuff, it'll start growing very rapidly, right? And then what'll end up happening is, and this is pretty much how the farm works. I mean, you don't have to bone meal it, but I mean, this is the collection works the same from each farm to each farm. But like, let's say that this is the wheat that I want to collect. What I'll do is I'll flip this switch. The water comes down, and as it hits the wheat, and that was a bummer. Huh. That's why I should measure things more. Anyway, though. And remember, kids, that's why measuring is good. And that's always why you want to do a test run. But anyway, though, so if I go and I put this thing right here, I'm going to... You don't need to have 2 rows of hoppers. I'm just putting them there because... reasons. And so anyway, though, what should have happened, actually what I should be doing is turning this thing on. And let's see here now. Yeah, now it's turning nighttime. So anyway, though, what ends up happening is that everything... Now it's nighttime. I really need to figure out how to turn off the world clock. For when I'm doing tutorials and stuff. Anyway, once it's daytime. Yay, it's daytime. So anyway, though, what ends up happening is we're going to go over here still, and we're going to use bone meal to speed things up so you guys can see how it gets collected. But what it basically happens is, like, let's say I plant 9 things of wheat over here. What ends up happening, and you can have this entire wheat field full. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But what ends up happening is that here's the wheat, and then there's the hoppers. And what ends up happening is that when you pull the switch, the water comes down, it hits the wheat, and then the wheat gets washed into the hoppers. So when you go right here to the very, very last hopper, if you notice, it's all being collected there. That's great. That's exactly what you want, because what you can do is put a chest right at the end. I'm just going to use a trap chest just because, but you don't have to use a trap chest. Right here, and then all the items get collected right here. And if you see, that'll slowly be going up. And the nice part about this farm is that you can actually go and then chain it up. So you can put another farm right next door to it, and then put the hoppers all leading into one chest. And the benefit of that, of course, is you don't need to do it by hand. Which is kind of cool, because doing it by hand is a pain in the butt. Because if you have too much wheat, it just becomes a huge, huge, big freaking hassle, and it's just no fun anymore. Anyway, though, so that is the way that I make my wheat farm automated. So, yes, thank you very, very much. This has been KL Tech Nerd. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to check out my website at www.kltechnerd.com. And don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and like it. That way I know that that I'm doing good, and I know to continue what I'm doing. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.